So Gayle, we're here this morning and we're going to talk about the Athlone Institute Bursary Project Fund. Tell me, what is this all about and how did the trust start and why did you guys start the trust?
So first of all, morning and thanks, and it's great being back
it's lovely
with you. And first of all, I think we need to just extend a word of congratulations to all those who passed.
Yes.
You know, the many matriculants of last year who now are either getting ready to start the academic year, or, you know, if it's a job opportunity or just further planning. I think, you know, to them and obviously to all the headmasters, the schools, just the entire education fraternity. What an exciting time, ending off, and then obviously the start of a new year. So for the Athlone Institute Bursary Project Fund, we call ourselves ABROF in short. We've also been around for 22 years. And where we mainly focus on issuing bursaries, so some kind of financial support to deserving students, only for now from the Paarl and Bekwene areas. And we are inviting students, those who will be studying at registered institutions across South Africa, to please consider applying for a bursary. And that's who we are. We actually an outflow of the Athlone Institute Trust. So they were formed in 1926. 5 courageous and wonderful individuals from 5 mainline churches in the Paarl area who came together and who said that we need to invest in the education of our learners, of our community, and that's how the Athlone Institute Trust came about. You know, the starting blocks of what now is called the Athlone Institute Trust, but it actually started as the Athlone School. Many will remember that then became the Noorderpaarl High School. And then eventually it led to the Athlone Training College, which is where the Frank Petersen Music Center is. So that is the rich history of how these 5 churches have been involved in education, as I said, since 1926. So the project, the Bursary Project Fund, we get an allocation from the Athlone Institute Trust, about 600,000 every year, and that allocation is mainly there to support students who will be studying and who need some financial assistance. Again, the outcome is education. How those students will then, you know, become involved in the Paarl area in whichever aspect. So that's briefly who we are and what we do.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
So tell us, if I'm a student and I want to apply, what are the requirements for applying for these funds?
So for now, you've got to be a resident of Paarl or Bekwene.
Can I ask, what's the reason for that? Is it just...
It's just how the fund started. So the 5 churches were located in Paarl, and as I told you, these were 5 individuals at the 5 churches who decided to invest towards the education of, you know, the broader community. And so that hasn't changed. And also it's 600,000. It sounds a lot. Last year we managed to support 50-odd students, 55 students, I think. And it's normally not more than 15,000 per student. And I think you know that the fees at academic institutions are quite costly. So it is a fraction of what it costs to study. But instead of investing only in 10 or 15, we decide to rather spread that 600,000. And obviously, if the bigger the fund, maybe the more students, or it means that we could actually consider other areas in the Drakenstein area. So that is to date how we operate.
Yeah.
And so maybe a focused area, but the depth of what we hope to achieve, that hasn't changed.
Okay.
So we still try, and so students who, if it's whatever their career choice, whatever.
Yes. I just wanted to ask, is there a requirement for that?
So we will give consideration to them every year for as long as they study. It's
Yes.
only undergraduates, so we don't fund postgraduates.
Okay.
Again,
Yes.
limited funding.
Yes.
The more funding we have access to, it means we can also then expand or increase
Yes.
our impact.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask now, is there a thinking of getting even more churches involved with the trust to make it even bigger in order to give a little bit more back to the students?
So
if there's a church that wants to get involved, are they able to get involved with the trust?
We would welcome that. So we would welcome anybody, an organization or an individual who wants to co-invest with what we have, and then we can co-manage that bursary fund for them. So we're welcome to talk to such people. But at the moment, as I said, we manage what we get mainly from the AIT, so they are our main funder.
Okay.
And that for now is how we've been operating, as I said, for the past 22 years.
Yes.
Initially, it was only students from those 5 churches. We've now opened
so
it
you've
to
expanded now.
We've now
even.
opened it to anybody.
Yes.
So any deserving student across the divide in Paarl.
Yes.
It's not only for Paarl East students, Paarl West, anybody, and whether they are a member of those 5 churches or not, they still
Get the opportunity to apply.
Opportunity to apply.
Awesome. So where can they go to, if I'm a matriculant, where can I go to get the forms and apply?
So they can go onto our website.
Okay.
That's www.athlonbursary.co.za. That's the first, or they can send an email to admin@athlonbursary.co.za.
Awesome.
Or they can go to Drakenstein Pharmacy in Jan van Riebeeck Road. So they've got forms there. Or they can contact the 5 churches. So the 5 churches, it's Holy Trinity Anglican Church, it's Bethel Congregational Church, it is the Emmanuel Church, the Sion's Church opposite the swimming pool, and St. Stephen's. So those are the 5 churches. So application forms are available from those churches, but they can also get it online.
Yes.
Or, as I said, they can go onto the website and they will be able to download the form or actually do the application online.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a little bit about, I'm sure there's a lot of past beneficiaries in testimonials that we can talk about. So tell me a little bit more about that. What are those students doing at the moment that's benefited from the trust?
Okay, so yes, we do have, can you imagine, for 22 years and issuing to students over all those years. So an array of fields, either here in Paarl or the rest of South Africa or also overseas.
Yes.
We have contact or we know of the whereabouts of a few of them. It's an area that we hope to also broaden or, may I say, maybe formalize, and that's the ABROF alumni.
Okay.
And we started that, and of course COVID happened, and students changed their contact details and email addresses, etc. So again, if you know of any person who was a recipient of the bursary fund, please ask them to contact us.
Yes.
We'd really like to build that alumni, because we say that those are the group that must take over the baton from us.
Yes, exactly.
Because they've been through that experience, they know what it's like, and yes, we need those successful stories, we need the testimonials, we need them to tell others to fulfill their dreams. So that's something that we've been trying to do. Tamarin Green, she's a recipient.
Well, there we
go. So many doctors. Bryce Cubido, who used to be at Paarl Hospital, I'm not sure where he is now. Yeah. But, landscapers, as I said, digital, just an array of career choices or careers that people are in. some head institutions now. I don't have names to give you, but I think if we should do, and that's one of the considerations, to do an impact study, but we need those people to come forward.
Yes.
So yes, really a wonderful initiative, a local initiative of how we have contributed to education, but also, let's say, the professional way in which people then can share their gifts and talents within the community.
And it's so amazing to see how you give back to the community, Gayle. I've seen you involved in all of the community projects. Everywhere where there's a project, it's always the name Gayle Jacobs always pops up. So we also want to thank you for taking that initiative and thinking about the future of the students, and also I'm thinking about the Charleston Hill Market. You also think about the community that you also want to uplift. Yeah, so thank you for that, and thank you for the information. I think all the matriculants out there, you have the opportunity now to reach out. As Gayle said, you can go online, you can physically go to the churches and collect forms. We'll also put the information afterwards on the website, on the Village Guy website, and then also on the Instagram and Facebook pages. So Gayle, thank you for that informative session. Matriculants, now it's time for you to do your part and reach out, and you can also be one of those students that gets funded. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we love to see you back again for the third time.
Thanks very much for that, and we look forward to the interview session with those who will make application.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.